Hi, hello everyone. So myself, Suresh, lecturer in mechanical engineering from the Institute of Government Polytechnic Chegunta. So today I am going to deal with the subject called fluid mechanics and hydraulic machinery. So from this, I am going to select a topic from an impact of jets. Okay, so topics are impact on fixed curved blade, unsymmetrical vein and simple problems. So now we'll discuss about these in brief, okay, and also in detail. So by completing of this class, so we'll be able to express the force created by a jet on a fixed curved blade in the direction of the jet, okay, and in a direction normal to the jet. Okay, so in previous classes we have learned about the impact force created by a jet on a flat plates. Okay, on the flat plates. So we have the jet will impact forcefully, so that the flat plates will move into some certain distance, that is in the direction of u. Okay. Next we can see here. So impact on fixed curved blades. So impact on fixed curved blades. We can see here. Okay, this is a diagram of a unsymmetrical blade. Okay, unsymmetrical blade. Okay. So and also you can see another diagram here. Okay, this is a symmetrical blade. Okay, right. So these curved blades are of two types. Okay, these curved blades are of two types. So under unsymmetrical curved blade and asymmetrical curved blade. Okay. Next we see here. So actually, so assume a jet of water strikes at the center of a fixed curved vein. Okay. So I assume that a jet of water strikes at the center of the fixed curved vein. Okay. So as shown in the figure. Okay. So the jet leaves the vein tangentially after striking. So how the jet will leaves the vein? So the jet will leaves the vein tangentially after striking. Okay. So in this figure, you can observe the different parts and also the uh, triangular diagram you can see here. Okay, here we have two triangular diagrams. Okay, and we can see the direction of jet in the direction of x direction. Okay, we can see the symmetrical curved blade here. This is a symmetrical curved blade. Okay, we can see here. Right. So from this diagram, so we can know that the diameter of jet is represented as d. Okay, so diameter of jet, it is not shown here exactly. Okay, so here it shows only the symmetrical curved blade. Okay, for this symmetrical curved blade or fixed symmetrical curved blade, so a jet of water will strikes the blade. Okay, the diameter of the jet of water is d, and velocity of the jet is equals to v, and blade angle blade at inlet or blade angle at inlet is equals to theta. Next, angle blade at outlet is equals to theta. Next, we can see here. So, angle through which the jet is deflected. Okay, angle through which the jet will deflects or deflected is equals to 180 minus theta. Okay, next, from the diameter of the jet d, so we can get the area. Okay, area of jet, a is equals to area of jet. And next is rho, density of fluid. So what are the fluid we are using? So for that fluid we have to find the density. Rho will indicate the density. Next, m is equals to mass flow rate of jet. Okay, mass flow rate of jet. So we can see here. So in the x direction, if the jet is flows in the direction of x. Okay, in the x direction, that is in the direction of jet. Okay, the initial velocity of jet indicated as v. Okay, the initial velocity of jet indicated as v, and the final velocity is equals to minus v cos theta. Okay, v cos theta. So if the jet moves in the y direction, that is in the direction perpendicular to the jet. Okay, so then the initial velocity will be 0. Okay, and the final velocity will be v sin theta. Okay, so in x direction, initial velocity of jet is v, and final velocity is minus v cos theta. In x direction, initial velocity is 0, and the final velocity is v sin theta. Okay, next we can see here. So force exerted by the jet in the direction of jet, that is Fx. So we have to find the Fx here. Okay, force exerted by the jet in the direction of jet. Okay, that is Fx is equals to, so mass flow rate m, mass flow rate into, so initial velocity minus final velocity. Okay, so in this is the direction of x. So what is the initial velocity? V. So final velocity is minus v cos theta. So already we know. Okay, so from this diagram. Okay, so you can see here. Okay, so mass flow rate m into initial velocity is v minus, same minus, so final velocity is v minus cos theta. Okay, so after that, so by simplifying we'll get m into v. Why we get plus here? So this minus is multiplied with this one. Okay, so minus into minus plus. Okay, v plus v cos theta. Okay, this is a, so force exerted by the jet in the direction of x. Okay, that is fx is equals to, okay, so mv 1 plus cos theta. Okay, so why here we will get 1? So here we have a v in common. Here we take it as a v as a common. Okay, that is, so we will get mv into 1 plus cos theta. Okay, so this m is can be written as rho a v. Okay, rho a v. Okay, so we can already we replaced with here, we can see, so rho a v into v into 1 plus cos theta. So we'll get rho a v square, v into v square. So fx is equals to rho a v square into 1 plus cos theta. So this is the force exerted by the jet in the direction of x, that is fx is equals to rho a v square into 1 plus cos theta. Next we see here, the same force is exerted in the direction of y. Okay, the force exerted in the direction of y is 0 because the v sin theta components on either side of the jet gets cancelled. That will be the reason why the fy is 0. Okay, so what will be the reason? So v sin theta components on either sides of the jets get cancelled. Okay, next we can see the jet striking an unsymmetrical vein at one of its tip. Okay, so previously we have seen symmetrical vein. Now we are going to see a jet striking an unsymmetrical vein at one of its point or tip. One of its tip. Okay, we can see a diagram here. Okay, so the jet is flows from in this direction. We can see here to this vein. So this is a unsymmetrical vein. Okay, so for this unsymmetrical vein, at one point of its tip, the jet will strikes. Okay, so this is a v1 u. This is x direction, direction of x. Okay, this is the initial velocity, and this will be the after moving of the vein. Okay, u. So now we can see the inlet velocity triangle. This one only. This one. This tip for this tip. Okay. So now we can see the inlet velocity triangle. This is the diagram of a inlet velocity triangle. Okay. So take 1 minute. Sorry, 1 minute. 1 minute. Hello. Now we can see the inlet velocity diagram. Okay, for the unsymmetrical vein at one end of the tips. Okay, so this we can see here. So there is a triangle abc and g. Okay, so abgc. Okay, and these are the direction of flow of jet. Okay, v1 and u. So they are the angles made by the jet, alpha and theta. Okay, so there is a vr1 here. Okay, so we can see what are these. Okay, so ac is equals to u is equals to so velocity of blade. Okay, this will be the velocity of blade. Okay, next, so we can see here this is ab is equals to v1. So this is equals to absolute velocity of jet at inlet. Okay, so v1 will be the absolute velocity of jet at inlet. Okay, next, so we can see here c2b cb. Okay, this is a is equals to vr1. Okay, so this vr1 is called as relative velocity. Okay, relative velocity of jet at inlet. Okay, relative velocity of jet at inlet. Next, we have here vr1. So vectorial subtraction of v1 and u. v1 and u. So next we can see here. So angle BAC, angle BAC, so this angle is equals to alpha is equals to angle at which the jet enters the vein. Okay, angle at which the jet enters the vein. Okay, next we see here. So angle BCG. This is second angle BCG is equals to 0. Sorry, alpha. Sorry, theta. So BCG is equals to theta. It is replaced, and then there is an angle called blade angle at inlet. The theta is equals to blade angle at inlet. Okay, this will be the blade angle, and this will be the angle of jet enters the vein. Okay, and this will be the blade angle at inlet. Next we can see AG. AG. So it is replaced with VW1 is equals to V1. This is equals to V1. Okay, V1 cos alpha. Okay, so V1 cos alpha. So VW1 is equals to V1 cos alpha. Okay, and is called the velocity of Vril. Okay, it is called the velocity of Vril at inlet. Okay, at inlet. Next, there is a B, B and G, GB or BG. So it is equals to VF1. Okay, VF1. Why it is one is, so we are considering inlet of the veins. Okay, so VF1 is equals to, okay, so V1 sin theta, sorry, sin alpha. So V1 sin alpha, and is called velocity of flow at inlet. So GB is called is equals to V1 sin alpha, and is called velocity of flow. Okay, at inlet. Next we can see the second one, that is outlet velocity triangle. So previously I have seen the inlet velocity triangle. So now we are going to see about outlet velocity triangle. So here we can see. So we can observe the velocity triangle here. So there is a triangle called EFD or DEF, and also DHE. Okay, these are the two different angles. Okay, phi and beta. Okay, you can see here. Okay, so EF is equals to U. So this is nothing but velocity of blade. Okay, velocity of blade. Next, D and E. It is shown with V2. So V2 is called absolute velocity of jet at outlet. So DE is equals to V2 is equals to absolute velocity of jet at outlet. Okay. Next, DF. DF. So it is uh, so it is called VR2. So VR2 is called relative velocity of jet at outlet. Okay, so relative velocity of jet at outlet. Okay, Next we can see. So VR2. So VR2 is nothing but vectorial subtraction of V2 and U. Okay, this one we can see here. We will see. So VR2. So VR2 is the vectorial subtraction of V2 and U. Okay. Next, angle DEH. Angle DE and H. So is equals to beta. So beta angle is nothing but angle at which the jet leaves the vein at outlet. Okay. So beta is the angle at which the jet leaves the blade or vein at outlet. Okay. Next we can see here. So the angle DFE. DFE. So it is the angle is called pi. Okay. So this angle is called pi, and it is called this pi is called blade angle at outlet. Blade angle at outlet. Okay. Next we can see. So next EH. EH is equals to VW2. This is VW2. So this is called V2. Yeah, V2 cos beta. V2 cos beta, and is called velocity of Brill. W nothing but Brill. Velocity of Brill at outlet. Okay, so velocity of Brill at outlet, and next DH. This one, this side. So DH. So is equals to VF2. This DH is equals to VF2, and it is equals to V2 sin beta. So VF2 is nothing but V2 sin beta, and is called the velocity of flow at outlet. So velocity of flow at outlet, VF2 is nothing but so velocity of flow at outlet. Next we can see the combined velocity triangles here. Okay, this is the outlet, and this will be the inlet. Okay, inlet, the jet will passes or enters into this in this direction. Okay, so this is called an inlet, and it will exit here. This is a discharge. So this is a outlet. Outlet velocity triangles and inlet velocity triangles. Okay, so we can see here. Okay, next we can see the expression for force developed at these two. Okay, so you can see here. So force developed in the direction of x. Okay, that is Fx. Force developed in the x direction. Fx is equals to so mass flow rate into change in velocity in x direction. Okay, so change in velocity in x direction. Okay, you can see here. So rho a, actually what is the formula? Okay, already we have seen, we know. So rho a VR1 into VW1 plus or minus VW2. Okay, this is a formula uh, uh, which is get from this velocity triangles. Okay, rho a VR1 into VW1 plus or minus VW2. Okay, next we can see if VW1 and VW2 are the same of the same direction. Okay, if VW1 and VW2 are at the same direction, so negative is used, otherwise positive is used. Okay, So if W VW1 and VW2 are the same direction, so negative is used, otherwise positive is used. Okay. Next, here density of fluid, rho is nothing but density of fluid. Next, A is the cross-sectional area of the jet. A is equals to cross-sectional area of the jet. Okay. Next, so force developed in the y direction, Fy. Okay. Force developed in the y direction, Fy is equals to mass flow rate. Okay. Mass flow rate into change in velocity in y direction. Okay. So here we will get rho A Vr1 into Vf1 minus Vf2. Okay. So this is a change in velocities in y direction, and this will be the mass flow rate. Okay. So note that Vf1 and Vf2 are of the same direction always. Okay, we have to note that. So Vf1 and Vf2 are of the same direction always. Okay. Next we can see. So work is done. That is work done only in the x direction. Okay. So the work done is only in the x direction. Hence, so W is equals to Fx into U. Okay. So Fx into U. So therefore, by substituting the Fx values, okay, here in this formula, okay, so you will get W is equals to rho A Vr1 into Vw1 plus or minus Vw2 into U. Okay, right. So the above expression gives work done per second. Okay, so the above expression which gives so work done per second. Okay, next the power. Hence the power P is equals to so rho A Vr1 into Vw1 plus or minus Vw2 into U, that is in watts. Okay, right. So now we can see expression for hydraulic efficiency, eta. Okay, this efficiency, the symbol is eta. Okay, so input energy is in the form of kinetic energy. Okay, so the input energy is in the form of a kinetic energy. Okay, next the input energy is equals to half into rho a vr1 into v1 square. Okay, this is the formula of input energy. Next we will get efficiency eta. Efficiency eta is equals to work done per second by energy inputs per second. Okay, so we can see. So we know the formula of work done. Work done per second by energy inputs per second. Okay, so we can substitute this work done per second. Okay, so rho A Vr1 into Vw1 plus or minus Vw2 into U, that is the work done per second by energy inputs per second, we can see here. So half into rho A Vr1 into V1 square. Okay, so that is the energy inputs. Okay, so from this, okay, we will get a formula, efficiency formula. Okay, this is the efficiency formula. Eta is equals to rho a vr1 into vw1 plus or minus vw2 into u by half into rho a vr1 into v1 square. Okay, next we see here So force exerted by the jet on a series of vanes fixed to a wheel. Okay, fixed to a wheel or a rim. Okay, if a number of curved blades, as discussed in the previous slides, are mounted on the rim of a wheel, okay, if the number of curved blades, so as discussed in the previous slides, are mounted on the rim of a wheel, okay, then so in this case, the mass touching the veins will be m is equals to rho a v1. Okay, so rho a v1, that is m mass. Okay, next, force exerted F is equals to Fx in the direction of x direction is equals to m into Vw1 plus or minus Vw2. Okay, next, so m can be replaced with rho a v1. Okay, so rho a v1 into Vw1 plus or minus Vw2. Okay, next, so work done is equals to Fx into u. Already this is a well known formula for you. Okay, so Fx value we know. Okay, so work done Fx is equals to rho a v1 into Vw1 plus or minus Vw2, and as usually u. Okay, so next we know that efficiency. Okay, so work done per second by energy supplied or energy input. Okay, so we know this formula, work done per second. Okay, so rho a v1 into Vw1 plus or minus Vw2 into u by half into rho a v1 square. Okay, this is a eta, efficiency eta. Okay, so after simplifying we will get 2 into, okay, we will cancel here, rho a cancel. Okay, and v1 cancel. Okay, so this 2 will get into the numerator. Okay, so 2 Vw1 plus or minus Vw2 into u by uh, v1 square. Okay, just here we left it over with v1 square. Okay, so this is a efficiency formula. So now we are going to discuss some of the problems based on these formulas. Okay, so this is a first problem we are going to solve today. Okay, we can see a jet of water with a velocity of 50 meters per second strikes a curved vein, so which is moving at a velocity of 25 meters per second. Okay, so a jet of water with a velocity of 50 meters per second strikes a curved vein which is moving at a velocity of 25 meters per second. Full stop. The jet makes an angle of 30 degrees. So with the direction of motion of vane at inlet and leaves radially at outlet. So draw the velocity triangles and determine the vane angles at inlet and outlet. Okay, this is a given question. Okay, okay, this is a diagram for the given question. You can see here. Okay, so this is the inlet velocity triangle and this will be the outlet velocity triangle. Okay, next this is a given data we have. So velocity of jet v1 is equals to 50 meters per second. Okay, velocity of jet, actually it is represented with v, but the jet will move into the inlet, that is it is represented with 1. v1 is equals to 50 meters per second. Next, velocity of vane, okay, that is nothing but blade. Okay, u is equals to 25 meters per second. Okay. Next, angle with direction of motion of vane. Okay, that is nothing but alpha is equals to 30 degrees. Okay. Next, radial outlet means, okay, radial outlet means, so beta is equals to 90 degrees. Okay. So to calculate vane angle at inlet, okay, vane angle at inlet, that is theta is equals to how much, and vane angle at outlet, okay, so pi is equals to how much, okay, and also velocity triangles, okay, so we can see here solution. So from triangle A, B and D, so from triangle A, B and D, okay, from triangle A, B, D, so VW1 we can see here A, B, D. Okay, so VW1 is equals to, so V1 cos alpha. Okay, so V1 cos alpha. Okay, VW1 is equals to V1 cos alpha. Okay, so we know the value of V1. Okay, V1 is 50. So cos alpha we know 30. So 50 cos 30. So we'll get 43.3 meters per second. That is the value of VW1. This one. Okay. Next. So VF1. Okay, VF1 is equals to V1 sin alpha. Okay. So replaced V1 value here. V1 50 and alpha is 30. So V, okay, sorry, 50 into sine 30 degrees. So we'll get 25 meters per second. Okay, 25 meters per second. So VW1 is 43.3 meters per second and VF1 is 25 meters per second. Next, from triangle A, B and D. Okay, again we can see. So tan theta is equals to, so VF1, so VF1 by VW1 minus U, this U, VW1 minus this U. So we'll get this one. Okay, from C to D. Okay, so that is VF1, whatever you got, that is 25, and VW1 we know we got 43.3, and U is given minus 25. So from this we'll get theta is equals to tan inverse, so 1.366. Okay, next we'll get 53.79 degrees. So theta is equals to 53.79 degrees. Okay, next, so therefore next sine theta, next we'll get sine theta is equals to, so VF1, this one, yeah, VF1 by VR1. Okay, VF1 by VR1. Okay, so we know the value of VF1. Okay, so substitute the VF1 value here. Okay, and we know the sine theta value. Okay, so from this we can find VR1. Okay, so VF1 by sine theta. So VF1 is 25 and sine theta is nothing but 53.79. So substitute here. Okay, so 25 by sine 53.79. Okay, so we'll get VR1, that is 30.98. So approximately 31 meters per second. Okay, next, so assume blade friction as 0. Assume blade friction as 0. So that is VR1 is equals to VR2. Okay, we have to assume that the blade friction as 0. Okay, so VR1 is equals to VR2. Okay, so from this triangle EFG, from this triangle EFG, okay, so beta is equals to 90 degrees and VR2 is equals to VR1 and cos theta is equals to U2 by R2. U2 by, so that is, sorry, U by R2. Okay, that is 25 by 30.98, approximately 31. Okay, so we'll get, so theta, so we'll get theta is equals to, we have to convert this theta cos into this side. So cos inverse this value will get 36.21 degrees. Theta is equal to 36.21 degrees. Okay, next. So this is the last problem we are going to solve today. So that is, so if a jet of water strikes a series of moving curved blade with a velocity 50 meters per second, the jet makes an angle at inlet is 30 degrees and leaves at 60 degrees. So draw the velocity triangles and find when the blade velocity is 25 meters per second. Okay, so blade angles worked on per kg of water efficiency. Okay, so this is a diagram of a inlet velocity triangle. Inlet velocity triangle. So this is a given data. Okay, so vw1 is equals to, sorry, v1 is equals to 50 meters per second. So u1 is equals to, u2 is equals to, u is equals to 25 meters per second. Okay, and alpha is given as 30 degrees, so we have to find theta. Okay, so this is the outlet velocity triangle. Beta is given as 60 degrees, so pi is equals to how much? Okay, so from inlet velocity triangle we can see, so vf1 is equals to uh, v1 sin theta. So we get, so 50 into sine 30 degrees, 25 meters per second. Next, so vw1 is equals to v1 cos alpha. So 50 cos 30 will get 43.3 meters per second. Next, we have to find theta value. Okay, so tan theta is equals to vf1 by vw1 minus u. Okay, so vw1 minus u, that is u1. Okay, u1. So by substituting these values, we'll get theta is equals to 53.8 degrees. Okay, so I will stop here. Okay, this is sorry. So I'll continue this one. So this is, so sine theta is equals to vf1 by vr1. So we have to find vr1 is equals to vf1 by sine theta is equals to 31 meters per second. Okay, so as there is no friction, okay, in this outlet, so vr1 is equals to vr2, that is 31 meters per second. Okay, next we can see a velocity triangle at outlet. Okay, so from the outlet velocity triangle, so we can see here, so u2 by sine, wait, so u2 by sine, I think gamma, what is this called, Yeah, this is gamma. Okay, right. So U by sine gamma. So is equals to VR2 by sine gamma is 120. Okay, so 120 degrees. Okay, VR2 by sine 120. Okay, so we'll get, so sine gamma is equals to U into sine 120 by VR2. So from this, so we'll get the value of gamma 44.3 degrees, and it pi is will get 15.7 degrees. Okay, so the because we can see here, therefore sine 120 is equals to sine 180 minus 60 degrees, we will get sine 60. That's why, so the sine 120 is replaced with sine 60. Okay, next we can see, so therefore the blade angles, so theta is equals to 53 degrees, 53.8 degrees. So pi is equals to 15.7 degrees. So from the outlet triangle, so VR2 cos pi is equals to VW2 plus U. Okay. So VW2 is equals to, so bring this to this one, or we can bring this U into to the left side. So VR2 cos pi minus U. So substitute the value of VR2 31, pi 15.7 degrees, and U 25. We will get VW2, that is 4.8 meters per second. Okay, so we can see here, next work done per second is equals to m into VW1 plus, or so actually plus or minus VW1. Okay, so m into VW1 plus VW2 here. Okay, so next this is per second per kg. Okay, so VW1 plus VW2 into U. Okay, so we will get 1.2025 kilojoules. Okay, so next energy supplied per second, or energy input per second, half mv square. Okay, so if it is in kg per second, so kg, so half v1 square. Okay, energy supplied per second per kg. Okay, so half v1 square. Okay, so is equals to 0.5 into 50 square, so we'll get 1250 joules. Okay, so next we have, this is the last one, that is efficiency eta. Eta is equals to work done per second by energy input or supplied per second. So what is the work done per second value? So 1.2025, and the energy supplied per second value is 1.25. Substitute those two values in the formula. Okay, we will get 0.96. Okay, so in terms of percent, 96%. Okay, so I will close here. This is the end of the this class. I will stop here.